Hello and welcome to my video on negative and fraction exponents. Let's come here and just need to move out some of these extra things that we're not going to be focusing on. And I think that's it. Oh, that's my bird in the background, Pickles. He is getting all loud. So over here, when you see a negative in front of an exponent, what that means is flip or take the reciprocal. So if this is really over 1, we make it a fraction. Then we flip that fraction. So it's going to be 1 over 7. Then we could make that 1 that was negative now positive. So that is really just 1/7. And let's skip over here. So first we're going to do the rule where we add across. So when we add across, it's going to be x to the -8 over x to the -4. Then we're going to use the rule where same base, you subtract down from top to bottom. So that's going to be x to the -8 minus -4, which is really just +4. So that's x to the -4. Then we're going to use the rule where you have a negative exponent, that means flip. And then once you flip, it goes positive. So there's that one. Just erase this. And then I'm going to teach you my rule for fractional exponents, and I call it flower power. And so when you have something like, let's say, x to the 2/3, okay, and let me write it more like this. I'm going to just write it more like, okay, not cooperating. X to the 2/3, okay. This is going to be like soil, and above the soil we have a flower. So your 2 is your flower, and then under the soil you have roots, okay? So the 3 is our root. So that means that the denominator, which is our 3, is our root. That's going to be third root. And then you repeat the x, and this is your power because it rhymes with flower. So that's going to stay here. Power is like your exponent. So there, now that you have the flower power rule, we can come here and say, this is our root because it's under the soil. So that means the second root or the square root of 5. 1 is on the top. That is our flower, rhymes with power. So it's going to stay there. And so that is just the square root of 5. And then for number 13, it's going to be the same thing, the square root of 5, because this is your root. This is your power, rhymes with flower. However, we need to flip it. So it's going to look like that. And then remember that we need to rationalize. You're not allowed to have a square root on the denominator. So we're going to multiply by root 5 twice because it's really times 1. So then that's going to equal radical 5 over just 5. There is this rule whenever you have two radicals and they're both the same on the inside, you write it just once without any power. So that is your answer to number 13. And then let's do, oh, the bird is going nuts. Okay, this is underground. That is your root, third root of 7. 11 is like your flower, rhymes with power. But because it's a negative, it will look like that. And then I honestly think that this is beyond the SAT. So we're going to stop there. Email me if you have any questions. I think that was good enough.